morning. Happy Sunday. I am here to do some Advent coloring and maybe a little bit more. Um, I just feel very blessed this morning. I listened to 3 different things this morning that really just, I don't know, blessed my heart. One was a sermon by, I think it's Alfred Street Baptist Church or something like that, and it was a message that was about Michael from David about the is it in First Samuel, Second Samuel, First Kings, I think is probably what that covers. And Michael is kind of like a tragic kind of story. Um, she was kind of like, well, technically maybe David's first love, but really like she loved him. I don't know that he really loved her all like that. But and she basically was used as a pawn politically to get at David. But anyway, I listened to a sermon about that was like, oh, it was wonderful. Then I listened to a sermon by David Wilkerson, which I actually have heard, and I actually may have it here on cassette tape somewhere. Um, and I listened to that this morning, and then I happened to bump into Sandy Boucher being live, and I go to her channel whenever I think of it. I go to her channel to see, what is she talking about this time or whatever, and I happened to find she was live. I was like, I've never seen her live before, and I was so excited because I watch her videos. I'm like, oh man, if I lived near her, like she's like the type of person that would be my friend. I even looked to see, like when I first started watching her, I looked to see where does she live, and she lives in Thunder Bay, in Canada. And I thought, oh, she's in Canada. Well, I'm not that far from Canada. Well, the part of Canada she's in is really far from me. I looked to see how long would it take to drive there? A long time. So I was like, well, that's out. But it was so nice to find her live. And then what she was sharing this morning, she was just doing like a kind of behind the scenes thing or whatever. But I just happened to drop in and it's like, oh, she's only been live 15 minutes. Okay, like let me stay and listen to the rest. And she was basically talking about how she orders her day. And she's a very down to earth person, she doesn't have warts that I know of, but warts and all, she's very real, very down to earth, and um, yeah. And so I actually jotted down notes from at least two of the things, David Wilkerson and from Sandy Boucher this morning. I jotted down a lot from her. I was like, oh, okay, and it's something like from listening to the sorry, I'm supposed to be coloring, huh? Something from the David Wilkerson video that I was getting, and one reason why I watched it, besides the fact that it was somebody's premiere, um, was it got me back to thinking about how the Lord was talking to me about consecration because of me getting that piano, which like I had not expected to get it um at this time, but God made it that moment that now's the time. I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense to me really, but I do a lot of things that don't make sense to me that God says to do it, and it turns out to be the thing to do. So that's basically how I know it's the Lord. And one way I know it's the Lord is because of that. But so I'm like, well, this changes, or this is a significant thing for me, having this piano. So something's about to change. I don't know what it is, but like, what was it, a year, 2 years ago, maybe now, or maybe it was just a year ago, when I was hearing that from the Lord, He was saying the landscape is changing, and it kind of made me tremble because it was like, it didn't feel like it was just good. It also didn't feel like it was just bad either. It just felt like everywhere. And it's kind of like the spinning top, round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. It felt like that kind of a thing. So it's like you don't know where things are going to land, but the landscape is changing, and so and things have been happening. Not well. Things have been happening everywhere across the board. Like publicly, like in society, the things that have happened the past year in the United States, and things that are happening in the church in the United States, um, and then personal things that have been happening, and yeah, and it's kind of round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows, you know. But the thing that God said is like it doesn't matter where things go, I've got you, which goes back to that analogy that I gave when I talked about that whole landscape changing thing. It took me back to a time when I was in school band and we went on a trip to Boston. And I'd never been to Boston before, and I'd never been on their trains before. And it turned out that I was standing. I had one foot on either side of this little accordion thing, which is where the subway or train turns. And I didn't know that until the train started turning. And all of a sudden, my legs were splitting apart. And I had to decide I got to jump on one side or the other really quick, or I'm not going to be able to. And so I did, but it kind of made me think about that. Was I thought of that when I was getting this word about the landscape is changing, and that God will make sure, even if there's an earthquake, He'll make sure you're standing on the spot that is stable, although or that will land in a stable place. Um, the righteous don't have to be afraid. We just have to be listening, and we'll be in the where we need to be when we need to be there. Um, and lessons about rest that I talked about, I'm getting those lessons. I'm getting lessons about balance. I'm getting those lessons, and I'm making progress with that. Like I guess in little ways or whatever. Like, and sometimes I don't even realize it until after I've made the progress. That like, oh, something changed with that. Um, Yeah, so anyway, I've been really feeling, and then also with doing the Advent coloring and really feeling like I wanted to do something with Advent this year. And I wanted to since my best friend passed because he used to celebrate. He and his wife used to always, recognize Advent in their household. And we both have a background in being Presbyterians. So, I mean, that's kind of where that comes from. But, since he passed, I really wanted to start recognizing Advent. Um, and this is the first year I've been able to do anything that kind of like does that. And I feel like it also aligns my, with this seeming like, with the arrival of that piano, me being able to play again, um, this time of consecration before crossing the river to whatever the next thing is going to be that the Lord has for me to do. I mean, I've been waiting for a long time. I've been in the wilderness for a long time. Um, I'm like a musician on a long, long, long hiatus. But I did not want to come back to. I didn't want to. I don't approach anything with music, and I hope it will always be this way. That I don't approach it in any way outside of what God wants me to do. Um, and I've played in bars and things like that because it was what the Lord wanted me to do. And some people, especially Christian people, like, oh, why are you doing that? Whatever. It's like, I don't go there and drink. And I was like, in my early 30s, I would in late 20s, I would be knitting in the corner because I was knitting a lot at the time. I'd be in the corner knitting, wait until it was time to go on. But yeah, so um yeah, so I feel like this is a time of I kind of got my confirmation in a way this morning that this is a time of consecration. So I got to pay attention to, I just got to kind of be still and I don't know, just wait for direction, like I have been. It's just kind of like something is shifting or changing, so I can't be surprised if whatever it is that comes next is something where I'm totally busting out of this quiet place. And I like my quiet too, so yeah, we got I don't know, it's really weird. Um but yeah, I'm just listening and following, and that's all I'm gonna do. Like I have been all my life, just listen and follow, listen and follow. I don't want to be any steps ahead of them. I don't want to be too far behind them either. I want to be right there. I don't want to be stepping on the back of his heels though, but because that's uncomfortable. So yesterday, I just kind of wanted to try doing a live with no um, talking. I guess I also wasn't in the mood to talk, and also it was probably a good thing because either somebody was hunting yesterday or they were, um, excuse me, or they were sighting their rifle or something, and yeah, that's not good background noise. So it was good. They actually had started doing that like after I had started my live and decided to have it just be a quiet live. So that was a good thing. Gunshots in the background, somebody be calling the police and everything. It's like, no, I live in the country. Somebody's hunting. It's the season for something. I don't know what. I haven't looked it up because my husband's. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna hunt this year. And but yeah, it is time for something because there was somebody um, that came over. Somebody my husband knows that was sighting their rifle a couple weeks ago. I guess in preparation. So yeah, so it probably is the season for probably for deer. I'm thinking, but yeah, you know what? He actually I forgot. We have venison in the freezer because that person also brought us some meat, some venison, which I got to remember how to cook and what to do with it, so I don't take all the flavor out of it. But it doesn't have that. Deer meat can sometimes have that kind of tang to it that if you don't cook it with the right thing or whatever, yeah, it'd be nasty. But it's been a while since I've cooked any deer meat, and I want to do the best with it rather than the worst. I don't want to throw it away. Make something that's nasty and I gotta throw it away. That would be bad. But I'm not getting a Christmas goose. When I first met my husband, he says, I want a Christmas goose because he would go, well, actually, he would go duck hunting. But, said, I want a Christmas goose. Like A Christmas Carol, which is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite Christmas movies. Probably the favorite Christmas movie for me because I don't really watch Christmas movies that much. at all, actually. Um, Although there was one movie that had, I think it had Burt Lancaster and Lonnie Anderson. It was A Christmas in Connecticut that was adorable. But like, I'm not going to be running to watch it again. But I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed that movie. But yeah, I love A Christmas Carol, the one with Alec Guinness. Oh my gosh, I love it. It has all of the. I think it's because it has the cast from Calling On series, or was it Carry On? Sorry, the Carry On series. All the actors that were in that, it has them in it. I think that's one reason why I liked that one. I didn't know that at the time that they were all the characters from that, but I did used to watch the Carry On movies whenever I could find them on TV as a kid. Why was I watching those? I don't know. Just like I don't know. I was watching all kind Monty Python when I was 12 years old. I was addicted to Monty Python. Would stay up late just so I could catch that, and then I'd go to bed. I used to like the Carry On movies, but yeah. And then why did I say that? I don't even remember why. Oh. I love Alec Guinness's faces he makes. Oh my god, they're hilarious. So, so this is the page from yesterday. I was working on it all yesterday, and oops, I found another. This was like coloring a mandala, and it was scary coloring this at some moments because I was like, I don't know what this is going to turn out to be. It was really like, we're not going to know until we finish, cuz yeah, it was scary a little bit, a lot. I knew I wanted it to look kind of rainbowish, if that's a word, rainbowish. Um and yeah, and I thought, well, that's going to be kind of weird cuz things aren't necessarily going to be realistic, but I really didn't want to do just, we'll make the tree, green and brown, make the sky all blue. I didn't want to do that. And I'm pleased with how it turned out. I almost feel like I want another chance to color it, particularly the sky, because that's where I feel like the memory came to me of how some stained glass windows are, where the colors overlap, and how that blend works. And I thought choice of color, I think, really matters there. And I feel like I want to try again. And it could be that a switch of the type of pencil I use for doing something like that might be necessary. I don't know. I use all colors for this, but I almost think like some combination of using a Prisma and a color would work well with this. But it's kind of blurry. Let's fix that. But okay, so I wish I could get that to be a little darker, but I don't want to make it the same yellow as the sun. So I'm just gonna leave it. That's like a pale yellow. It didn't come across very well. But I really don't want it to be too dark either. So I'm probably just gonna leave it alone. Let's color the cow. That's why I got this brown out. I want it to be brown and white or black and white. And where should that be? See, I make it like harder than it needs to be. Let's do this part black so I can cover up that green where it overlapped. Then I did kind of because the David Wilkerson sermon kind of reminded me. I actually posted it on my wall, and had a group of friends that we were all Christians, and all the same age, 20s to um, all in their 20s actually, and we just felt like, well, first of all, one was a very close friend of mine, best friend, who I had two best friends. One of them passed away, and we also used to be roommates. This particular friend, and we would all gather at her and her husband's house, and we would pray and read the Bible. We'd eat. Oh, it was so much fun. We'd go grocery shopping and cook at her house, and we'd all eat. And um, a whole bunch of us. I don't even know how many of us it was. Like, was it like maybe 20 of us or something like that? 20 people, combination couples and single people and everything. And um, so her husband had um, a longtime friend who was a dancer and had moved to New York City, gotten married, and was married to another dancer. And they also went to our church too, when they were still in our hometown. And so when they were down there, they actually were down there when Times Square Church started in New York City, and they started going there, and they would send us tapes from there. And so we weren't always getting what we needed from, the church that a lot of us were going to. Although, like, we all, in the group, there were several different churches that, people went to. But the one that a lot of us went to, like, we weren't quite getting what we needed. Something was missing. And so we were getting these sermons from Times Square Church that were like just like fire, and that were giving us what we needed. Um, yeah, so I don't know. That's the story of that. That's the story of that. So they would send us those tapes, and then we'd make copies of them, and we'd all be taking one home and or giving them to other people. And then I went down the rabbit hole of looking up that church that a lot of us went to and where they were now. I had heard they'd had a split, and I know people that went to the other one, and then there's some people still at the one, still there now. But it's kind of interesting to see how things change. Things are always changing. Ooh, trying to do this color again. That's going to be hard. This was like, I started doing this color, I think, and I just didn't like how it looked, and so I went over it with green, and I thought, that's oh well, that's an accident. But it actually turned out pretty good, so I covered my accident. Good morning, TaylorMade. Happy Sunday. So here it's 35 degrees right now, but it's supposed to get cold tomorrow. And tomorrow's when I got to go out. That's when I get my the post in my mouth. It's supposed to hold a tooth. And it's really weird because, like, and then they got to put the wire back. Then I got to go next door from the oral surgeon. So go next door to the orthodontist, so they can put the wire on my top teeth back on my top teeth. And all I have on my top teeth right now since Friday, being at the orthodontist, I have on my top teeth I have just the brackets, and it felt weird and it looks weird. I guess that's why she asked me, like, did you want something to cover it or whatever? And it wasn't really registering to me. I just was like, nah, I don't care. I still don't need anything to cover it though. I'm not going anywhere, and I don't care what it looks like. If anybody asks me what's going on with your teeth, I'll tell them it's just brackets. They don't have the wire on them right now because I'm having a procedure, and they're going to put the wire back on. Nobody needs to know all that, but I wasn't going anywhere this weekend anyway. So tomorrow I got to take my antibiotics an hour before my appointment. My appointment's really early. It's at 7:50 a.m. They moved it. So, but in a way that's kind of good because I can get it done early. I might stop by work on my way home just to grab some things and shut some things down because I'm not going to be there for a while. I'll be working from home. Okay, I think we need darker. I'm trying to do the same thing I did with the alcohol marker on the other sheep. I feel like I need to cook something today, but I don't know what to cook. I'm not really, I haven't really been hungry. I ate some leftover ramen that I made yesterday. I think I'm going to make a grits bowl today, and if I make one of those, I swear that lasts me like all day. And then I do have that. I bought some mackerel. And it wasn't like I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like the whole, mackerel without the head, like that. But it's not. It's kind of packed like tuna fish. But it's really good. Really good. Like amazing. Like, I don't know what it is with me and canned fish lately. And like I probably would be eating fresh fish if I trusted it. I don't know. But I don't know. I kind of feel like doing something with that. Could do like a hot pasta dish with spinach and mackerel. Red peppers. Like the roasted peppers. I got a jar of those. He looks sheeple. He looks like a sheep, I think. Oh, you can't see it too good. Let's get it closer. Can you see him? Can you see him? Little sheep. Give him a little bit of whatever you call it, wool. I wonder. I want to make his tail long black. Didn't think I was going to come on today, but I just was so excited after finding Sandy live that I didn't know what to do with myself. I just was like, I can't come live. I like watching Sandy because I find out she talks a lot about issues that I have no other way of knowing anything about because I'm not, I'm Jamaican African American. I'm not, First Nations. So, although I have in laws who are, but I think they're like, I don't know, they're too assimilated, and so they don't, I don't know, they don't, none of that registers with them about, the history. None of their history seems to, I don't know, it doesn't seem to matter to them. And I know, well, like there's African Americans who are that way as well, that assimilated into mainstream society so much and have lost the history. Like, well, I'll give an example. People who don't vote, black folks who don't vote, African Americans who don't vote, and not all African Americans who don't vote, but some of them have a reasoned logic behind why they don't. But then it's like you do realize that we have people not that far in generations from us who actually have died and have physical and emotional wounds and trauma from them battling for us to have the right to vote. And it just seems disrespectful to me not to vote. Um, Unless you got a really good reasoned reason to not. Um, I don't know. So I feel like my in-laws are kind of like that. Some of my in-laws that they're just not connected to their history, but just benefiting from what they've been able to achieve in general mainstream society. And I don't know, and not realizing how their history affects them. And it's one of those things too. I think that if you're able to pass for white, and this is like no offense to anybody who is white, but I'm just saying this is a thing with people of color that if you're able to pass for white, there's certain things that you can avoid, certain conversations you can avoid. Um, Even like if it comes to like shopping for something or whatever, you never have to be concerned about somebody withholding something from you because of how you look. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, so I like listening to Sandy because she highlights some things about um, being a person of color, being I don't even know how to being in a group of people who have historically been marginalized, and how you deal with it as an insider and also how you deal with it as an outsider. Um, for me, I'm not an indigenous person, so there are many ways in which I deal with that as an outsider. And with my job, I do have indigenous people that I interact with. And so um, it's important to me to understand um, my position in relationship to that, and also a little bit of where they may be coming from that I might not be aware of. And I find a lot of what Sandy says correlates to being a person of color, being African American in the United States. A lot of what she says, I find it's like, and there's so many levels. I find it to be useful, and I use that. Okay, like now I'm getting kind of academic or whatever, but I find that what I don't know, all of a sudden I can't remember her name. The woman who came up with, or I say came up with, the concept of intersectionality. She came up with that from being a lawyer working in the legal system in the United States, and how within the legal system, as a black woman, it was almost like you had to, do you defend someone on the premise of them being female, being a woman, or do you defend them on the premise of being black? And it's like you can't take one from the other. They both feed into who this person is and what their experience is. And so that idea of intersectionality, where you have parts of you that you share with other people, and then parts that you share with another group of people. I feel like being a person of color, that's something I share with anybody who is, considered non-white. But then there's people with disabilities. I don't really share anything with people with disabilities, but you can be a person of disability and be a person of color. And then there are people who are white who have a disability, and so they share that with someone who is a person of color and has a disability. They share disability and what it's like to be, a disabled person in society. That's kind of the idea of intersectionality, like a little tiny thing of it. And it's one way to see that we all have, well, first of all, we all need each other. We all need each other. Period. The end. That part. And we have to listen to each other, because everywhere, we're on so many fronts, we're both insider within that circle, and we're an outsider. So I feel like the insider status helps you with certain things, and understanding your outsider status in other things helps you to understand how to be a better insider. Being insider status in some things also helps you be a better outsider and understand things about that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm supposed to be coloring. Okay. So let's see. What are we gonna do these? Let's make the stars rainbowish. So I'm kind of in a thoughtful mood today, I guess. So they're telling me tomorrow that it's not like putting that post in is not gonna be anything like, not like an extraction, not like the what was it they did, the bone graft that they did, that I can do anything I want afterwards. So I can eat, I can drink, whatever. Don't have to worry about drinking coffee afterwards, sipping through a straw, none of that. Only thing is, I have because they made my appointment earlier, now I have to wait a little bit before I can go next door to get my wire back, which means okay, I'm probably going to be hungry, but if I eat, I'm going to have to brush my teeth at the orthodontist. I'm not looking forward to that. It's like, okay, so do I bring my water pick with me or what? Because I don't like going to the dentist or the orthodontist with um, teeth that aren't thoroughly clean. It just the thought is making my skin crawl. And I don't feel like I can really, I don't know. I don't feel like I can do that at the dentist, even though they have at the orthodontist, even though they have a station for you to do it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be able to get at it like I want to. No. And I'm going to be there in the mirror looking all crazy while I do it. So I don't know what to do. I'm just going to have to probably not eat and just really just be hungry. I don't know. Because it's not enough time for me to go home and come back. It's too far away. So, let's do some yellow. I don't know if I like that one though. I really don't. So why do I think I'm going to use it? I'm not going to use it, but I am going to sharpen it. I'll do that much. I already practiced my piano a little bit this morning, along with finding that one Bach prelude that I kept running through my head, and it's like, where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. I can't find it. Well, along with that, when I found that, I also found the scale book that I was using, the exercise book that I was starting to use, um, and so I'm really excited. That Hanon exercises, basically, it's a big book. There's a lot of exercises. And they tell you specifically, I don't know when this guy Hanon is from. Now I'm curious. I want to know. Because I remember selling those books when I worked at a music store when I was like in my early 20s. The music teachers were always like picking that up for their students, or students were coming in with the little sheet that their teacher wanted them to get this book. And so when I started learning to read music, what, like, is it 7 years ago? I think I saw somewhere what year it was that I took those lessons. This was on my list of things that I wanted. I wanted the Hanon book. I have to type in this. See, I got to do this now. I got to find out who this guy is. Who's Hanon? Charles Louis Hanon, 1819 to 1900, a French composer and piano teacher famous for his book, The Virtuoso Pianist in 60 Exercises. Yeah, okay, that guy. And I can tell you that I can tell those exercises work because just from me doing the second one this morning, um, it focuses on the first what is it, the second finger, first and second finger on the left hand. um I could feel the muscles in my hand. They don't hurt, but I could tell, just like when you exercise and you have that good kind of feeling in your body from exercising. That's the feeling I had in my hand. I was like, oh yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. Okay, so how do I get to my picture? So yeah, so I'm excited because it means I'm exercising, which means I'm gonna get better, which is what I want. I want to be able to just I want to be able to sit down, play whatever I want. I want to be able to sit down and read anything. And I want to be able to sit down and play any style that I want at any moment. That's how I want to be. Tall order. but I feel like, I mean, I think that's one reason why I have this piano now. And the just shall live by faith. Well, that's because I'm how old I am, and I'm just, doing this now. So I also have a book of jazz scale exercises, and um, I started it, but I was like, whoa, I think I need to wait a little bit because I can't hear it right. I can't hear what they're trying to have me do, and it's like I need to chill. I need to just relax. And so I'm not quite, I don't think I'm quite ready to go there yet. I could do it, but it doesn't feel like it's the right time yet. I need to do more Hannon first. And I need to do more sight reading of classical music. So I just need to do that first. Because my tendency, because I play by ear and because I would write songs that way, I think my tendency with jazz would be to not even bother to read what's there, and I don't want to emphasize that habit right now. I want to emphasize reading the music and having my fingers move with what I'm reading. So I was like, no, not just yet. But I did okay, like yeah, and I'm going okay. Instead of coloring books now, we're going crazy with the sheet. Well, we're trying not to though. Um, my focus now is I'm doing a lot of searching for sheet music and songbooks, but I was looking for um a book of jazz standards, and I wanted it to have more of traditional notation similar to the classical music, but I don't know that I'm really going to find that, but maybe I did find it. I have a book that's coming that seems to be highly rated, and I saw a picture of the sheet music of it, and so I says, okay, this is the one. It has a whole lot of jazz standards in it, and it has the notation that I need, like traditional notation. So, um, what do you got to hear? The demise of Hannon. What do you mean? I don't know. I just always Hannon's. What do they say? Little is known besides his work. Stop. Oh, he resigned from his job or was forced to resign. Child, you find out all kinds of things about people with these with the internet. Do I want to do more? See, like I start and I don't want to stop, but I need to do today's. I also need to update my candle. I need to do my candle for this week because this is now week 2 of Advent. Yeah, and I got on this whole trip yesterday. Like, I wanted to find out, like, I wanted to find out more about Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor, because how did they even wind up on a page about that? I don't. I think I don't know. I don't know how I wound up there. I'm so random that, like, in the steps that it took for me to get there, the hyperlinks in my brain, who knows? But I listen somehow in my feed. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. I was trying to find the like they give the box works. They always have this B BWM number or something like that. BW something. And I noticed that like in my books, and but then in one book that I have, it doesn't have a BW whatever number for it. And it's like, well, I want to know like where does this fall in the Bach, you know, catalog or whatever. Um and so I also was searching because I was trying to figure out the fingering in one of the in the minuet. And I was like, I don't understand what I'm reading. What finger am I using for this? So I wanted to see somebody playing it so I could make sure I was getting it right. And yeah, so I was searching for it first for the BW whatever number, and then I searched for it with that number on YouTube, and I figured out the fingering from that because I watched the person playing. I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. It's not as difficult. I was overthinking it. Um, and so it started putting Bach, toccata, and fugue in D minor in my feed, and I saw this one guy playing it with a. He played it with an accordion. That thing was like, whoa, what the heck? I think I actually like it better in accordion than I do on an organ. It's that one song that you always hear people play, like in horror movies and things like that. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, and the whole organ pipes in and everything, and that's usually when the vampire enters or something like that. Hey, Anfield. Good morning. Probably good afternoon for you. Oh, cool. Yeah, I want to see that vlog. I want to see the whole setup. I was so excited when I heard you say that you were going to do a video of that. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so yeah, that guy playing it on accordion. Oh my gosh. I don't think I never even wanted to hear the whole thing with the organ because it just seems so, I don't know, it just seemed kind of offensive to me. It was just like too much. Um, I was going to say something. I don't know. I'm gonna say it because it's the only word I can think of. It's like somebody wanking on an organ. You know, like when somebody does a guitar solo and it's just way too long and you're just doing it for yourself. That's what the toccata and fugue thing sounded like to me. It's like, oh, get over yourself. Just stop. This is too much. Um, but this guy doing it on the accordion. Oh my gosh. It doesn't even sound like an accordion. It's just as like, I never, yeah. I had to listen to the whole thing because it just was amazing. It was amazing. Um, okay. I think we're done with this one. Isaiah 30:19 to 21 and 23 to 26. I think I still have my computer under that. 30:19 to 21. For people shall dwell in Zion, in Jerusalem. You shall weep no more. He will surely be gracious to you at the sound of your cry. As soon as he hears it, he answers you. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet your teacher will not hide himself any more, but your eyes shall see your teacher, and your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it, when you turn to the right or when you turn to the left. And I don't know why they skipped 22. 23. And he will give rain for the seed with which you sow the ground, and bread, the produce of the ground, which will be rich and plenteous. In that day, your livestock will graze in large pastures. So that's the livestock. And the oxen and the donkeys that work the ground will eat seasoned fodder. which has been winnowed with shovel and fork. And on every lofty mountain and every high hill there will be brooks running with water. I tried to make some blue there to make it look like water. Um, in the day of the great slaughter when the towers fall. Moreover, the light of the moon will be as the light of the sun. So it's those guys. And the light of the sun will be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days, in the day when the Lord binds up the brokenness of his people and heals the wounds inflicted by his blow. So that's the scripture for these. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, so did I do the candle or today's? Oh, I gotta do. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should be doing the whole thing for the whole week, because they got this page for every. Yeah, I gotta figure out a plan for how to color the main page. Starting now. Starting now. I think I'm gonna have to do some work for the rest of today if I'm playing right now. Kind of playing, kind of contemplating. So kind of combo. I really do like how the color pencils work on this paper in this book. I have to say. I would like to try using oil pastels in here. May I get up the guts to do it? Oh, I never showed. Yeah, I never showed the blender thing that I got. Where did I put it? It's right beside me. Okay, not what this live is for, but I'm gonna show it while I think of it because I keep forgetting other times. Okay. See, I got my other blenders. And I think I took them out of one box and put them into that one. Huh. They sent me a catalog and said, please don't. Please don't. I don't need anything else. It's like, I should just throw it in the garbage, but I'm probably going to look at it anyway. It's like, don't I buy enough from you? Blick. I think this one is empty now. Yeah. I'm going to put them all in this one. Yeah, because they had these spongy things, which I like. See, they're upside down. And I guess I ordered one white. Oh my gosh, get it together. Get it together. I wonder if this will fit in one of my plastic cases. I have smaller ones. If these things will fit in there, that would be nice. It'll keep them straight. And I don't know. Well, they're Craypas Expressionist oil pastels, and I got one white. They're Sakura, I guess. Sakura Color Products. And I got 2 blenders. And do they say that on there somewhere? I can't tell. So, okay, here we go. It says neutral extender. So, and then this one is, let's see, I have to look at the camera because I can't really see it on Blanc white. So, someday I'm going to try these. But for now, I got probably try them specifically with the oil pastels, if I can figure them out. But then, I got my stash of my, this guy, the Marabou Art Crayon. which I really wanted. I'm gonna stick those up there. I don't know. It might be good to do this page with some oil pastels. Maybe I'll try that and try the blender there. But, so let's see. I'm thinking of something in my head to. I thought of making ramen with the Yeah, I'm talking about food now. I'm all over the place. Um, Making ramen that with the mackerel. 'Cause I also have some of the, what do you call them, fish flakes. I bought some of those from the place that I got the ramen from. So I had the bonito flakes, and they're really good. And I didn't think I would like them. Oh my gosh, they're really good. They're smoky and like fish, but not fishy. Yeah, I like them things. So, but I already have ramen, so it's kind of like, I don't know. And I don't like eating too much of, pasta, like too many days in a row, unless I got mostly vegetables in it or with it. Well, dang, I think I probably need to do the whole. I need to do the whole page, huh? And then 2 candles, but I guess just make them white. We're using this Prisma white to the bitter end. As long as it'll sharpen, we're using it. Yeah, I think I want grits today. I think that's a good thing to eat after eating ramen yesterday, because grits is more, I don't know, even though it's starchy, it's also fibery. And I just saw a recipe, I don't know, oops, we're playing. I saw a recipe for, and like it didn't really need to, you know, really not that hard. I didn't need to watch it, but I just did because of the title. And they were making, it was a short. They were making fried rice using quinoa instead of rice. I thought, oh yeah, I could do that. I don't know why I never thought of it before. Or maybe I did think of it and I just forgot. Wow. But that kind of sounds like something I might make with this week. That roast we had on Thanksgiving, I don't know. I think I only ate from it once. My husband ate the rest. It just wasn't, I don't know. I didn't really want beef like that. I thought I did and then I didn't. But that's okay because my husband would make up the difference because he's the carnivore. So these, I think these are leaves behind it. Just color the whole thing. Never mind the. Because I can't figure out the separation of them anyway. So yeah, make sure I go to bed early tomorrow. Or today. So I can get up early tomorrow. And I probably, thinking I probably need to eat before I take those antibiotics so I don't puke, as my dad would say. And I gotta figure out what I can eat that early that I won't feel like. Maybe make a protein smoothie. Did I leave that up here? Or did I take it downstairs? I have to call the piano tuner sometime. I'm thinking soon. I kind of wanted to wait to call him until the piano had been in our house to get like long enough for us to get the humidity set with it in the room that it's in, and then have it get acclimated so that when he tunes it, he's going to tune it to how the room is, at the ideal temperature and humidity. And I think he sort of got it down. The change in the weather hasn't helped because all the humidity just dropped out of the atmosphere when all of a sudden it went to like 9 degrees. Like what? Just quickly. 9 degrees outside. Well, actually, if you have some, all you need is white cornmeal and water. And so, like, you do almost like, it's almost like you put more water into it than you think you need. So, like, if I do, say, like 6 tablespoons of ground cornmeal, I will do like more than double that, probably like triple that amount in water, if not more, because it really soaks up the cornmeal really soaks up that water, and so you want it to be so that it's smooth. And it's also very forgiving that as long as you watch it, if you look at it and it's like, oh, it's getting too stiff, just put more water in it and stir it, and it'll smooth out. Yeah, so it's very forgiving. I like using white cornmeal rather than what they officially label as grits. And I think I was always raised that way. My mother is from the South, and I'm from Florida and South Carolina, and she would always mix white cornmeal with what was sold over the counter as grits because it made it smoother. And I just actually, I think over the pandemic by accident, wound up with like, I don't know, a whole bunch of 5-pound bags of white cornmeal that actually I just make my grits exclusively with that, and I like it better. And it's also, it's smoother, and it reconstitutes better, and I don't know, it just tastes real good. I don't really like gritty grits, if that makes any sense. Because I'm not used to it. Because like I said, my mother would always mix it with cornmeal, and grits really is just a coarser ground cornmeal in a lot of ways. I don't know what the hominy part is in there, but I seem to be able to live without it. I know hominy is a plant, and I don't know why they would put that in the grits. Okay, now I want to go to Google, but I'm not gonna. I'm fine with just the cornmeal. Even when I make cornbread, I mix my cornmeal. I mix coarse and fine. Not too fine, but coarse and fine, and then flour. Wow, these pages are almost like it would take you a whole week to. Takes you as long as one of the pictures to color. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over that with black, with how I did that, but oh well. I feel like I should put music on. I'm gonna be this quiet. I wound up buying. Well, I was adding, um, as I heard them, Jason Lewis Mind Amend, um, videos as they came out. Like if there was one I really liked, I was adding it to my cart at his website so I could buy the MP3. And so I had like four of them in there yesterday, and so I bought them. I need to. Oh, excuse me. I need to burn them to a disc. Funny thing, I can't remember the last time I burned a CD. It's been ages, years, but I need to do that. If nothing else, so I'll have a backup to the backup. Declan. Well, one thing, if I don't like the colors on this one, I got another chance. I got 4 chances. These are like mandalas, actually. Really. No, it's not the same one, but it looks awfully close. gonna have to go over it, I think, with another pencil to change it up a little bit. I need some Christmas. Is this the honey? This point feel weird. I wonder why they have all. I guess it's so they could just do the same page for each page. Because they're lit, and they're not supposed to be lit yet. But I won't hold that against them at all. I'm not going to do those. I don't like how they look. Acrylic marker. There's always acrylic marker. That's a lot. I don't know if I can do all that. I don't know if this color red pencil is going to be able to last out this Christmas. Oh, you know what? I don't even know what color these things are supposed to be. I'm making them red, but maybe they're not supposed to be red. Oh well, I'll investigate it later. Right now, I'm just taking it as Holly. And Holly Berries, not the actress. Because her birthday, like, in December? Is that the name she was born with? How many questions did I ask in this in this live? That would be something to do. How many questions did I ask in this live? Because like I can't keep track. Like I said, I'm always asking questions. I always got questions. Always, always, always. Okay. Let's go stained glassy. What other? But I have Crayolas. Maybe I should use. Maybe I should break out with the Crayola red. I do have Starjoy Gold, but I can't stand them pencils. Yeah, I said it. But I could use those. I also have the Brute Funers. I could use those. And I think there is a red Brute Funner. It's really nice. But I think I'm going to have to find a backup red budget pencil. I remember I always used to like this time of year when I was in elementary and middle school because there was always school band and all the Christmas concerts that we would be preparing for, and then the night of, and having to go shopping for what you needed to wear, the black skirt and the black skirt, white shirt. And they'd give everybody like a red carnation or something that we had to wear. That was always exciting. I don't know, we might not get to the page for today, because how long do you have? I've already been on here, an hour and 22. I can't color fast. I can't. Whoa, they're all gonna fall. I got a lot of pencils on my desk. What else is new? I need to put them away. Some of them today, at least. I need to make some shorts today, but I don't know. Like yesterday, it was dark. Like a lot of the day, it was just dark. And so I couldn't make them in here in the morning or any part of the day because with the lights on, I'd get a shadow. Drives me nuts. So I'd have to take them down to the sunroom. But then by the time I figured, well, let me do that, it was just dark outside. Dark, dark. like nighttime is like, well, that's not gonna work. There's no sun anywhere. But on the 21st, the days start getting longer again. So we have that to look forward to. All day yesterday, I kept feeling like I just wanted to go to bed because it was so dark. I don't know if I would make it in Finland. Mm-hmm. What, y'all? Maybe this will be my mandala for tomorrow because it is very mandala-esque. I don't think I'm gonna have time to color a mandala. What colors? Don't have any orange. Green, orange. These colors are nice. I'm gonna go with this red with this color. Oops. Color, how dark is this green? I wonder. Oh, this one is darker. I don't use lilac. I'm going to use it to go over this guy. It's starting to look a little stained glassy. See, just like a mandala, I'm looking to see, okay, where is there none of this color or too much of this color, in one spot? This I feel like it's really like a mandala in a lot of ways. Iron yellow? Iron yellow. Did I use that? It's butter yellow. So driving back and forth through the city this week, I noticed they have making progress on our Five Below. It's supposed to be coming, I think, in February. It's kind of bubble wrapped right now, for lack of a better word. That's exactly what it looks like. Like the front is bubble wrapped. Another color. I don't have any pink in here. Do I need pink? I don't have any green in there. And I got green in the main picture. What else can I add? We got fuchsia. Some kind of fuchsia looking color. What pen do I have in here that I don't use at all? That hasn't been used at all. Because I actually still have some in here. Okay, this has been used. But I got some that like still have the original. Yeah, like this one. It's got the original tip on there still. Looks like I used it maybe once or twice. Light grape. More. I need that overhead light on to really see that. The ends on these. Eyes are still kind of fuzzy from dry air. Metallics in here. What's this one? It's green. And make sure I use these ones that I haven't used yet in something. This one, both of these, I haven't used yet. Do I want to use them now? Lawn green. You know what? I'm going to do it. Well, I don't think I ever want to get another set of 300 pencils. It does come in handy. These colors really are nice, too. I really like them. I don't regret getting them. I don't think I have a single yellow that I haven't used. What's that tell you? I don't think I have a single orange that I haven't used either. It's some odd kind of colors. And some of the metallics that I haven't used. And amazingly, I think I have some, I think I have some browns that I haven't used. But I think it's because I favor some of the other ones so much I never had to touch those browns. But this is the only orange I haven't touched, and it's because it's neon. What would happen if I use this? What's it do? Kind of hard to put that over this. It's not going to do too much. No, it's not going to work for you. I have a single orange that I haven't used. Got a pink. Hey, Lori, I'm talking today. Should there be pink in here? I don't know. I'm putting it in here because I haven't used this pencil yet. So now we're going to use it. What is it? Light pink. If I don't like it, I'll color it over with something else. Let me see. Is this it? No, it's not. But I'm using it. I don't want that there. I have to change this color. I really don't want two yellows like right there. I don't really want that. I got to the picture for the day. Home stretch. Oops. Did I use this? I don't remember if I used this or not. I'm going to use this purple in between. Two, three. Oh my gosh, that was a lot. Okay. We got it, we got it. We got it, we got it. So the second week of Advent is marked by lighting the first purple candle and the second purple candle. What's the second one stand for? I'm surprised. I'm surprised at myself. But I think it's because I have something else attached to it that kind of like to make myself just kind of think about it. Trying to think about it every day, at least a little bit, what it represents and that kind of thing. So I think that's kind of helping. I'm still not doing it so like, not being rigid or nothing with it, but I think in a way I'm trying to understand what is it about now. So, and trying to attach myself, like spiritually trying to understand, okay, so what does it mean to me? What do the candles? And like, I looked this up last week, but of course, like that was last week. Okay, so the first one is hope. Second one, okay, they have in there hope and prophecy. This will be my guide for every year after this, because like, um, be my little note thing. Oh. I don't know why I turned that page like that. Just like that. Then this one is. It says, okay, so it represents like when they get in Bethlehem, I guess. Is that what that means? Oops. Spelled that wrong. And this is peace. I'm just going by what Google AI Overview says, so it might be wrong. I don't know, but we'll recheck it when we get there. Okay. Then, what am I bumping into? What am I bumping into in here? What's the deal? Oh, it's from when oops, we just ripped that page and that page. Shepherds, joy, shepherds. When the shepherds come around, is this thing like that on this way? I hope they have this book next year because I kind of want to color it in again. Oops. So many cables sticking down. Ooh. Watch me struggle. Where is it? Okay, there it is. 3-3. Oh, now my picture went away. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this. Oh, I got that written down already. 3 shepherds. Maybe week 4. And there she is. And she's stuck too. She's stuck too. Okay. You have to tape the backs of these. Love angels. Okay. So now we're on. So peace is the theme of this week. It's a doggy. It's a doggy. So let's see. Isaiah. (11) 1 through 10. Yeah, so that has the verse 6 that says, the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, and the calf and the lion and the fattened calf together, and a little child shall lead them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day. No more deer hunting, no more overpopulation of deer, no more dogs chasing deer. We had a dog that did that. I found out that was something that is a good thing I never said to certain people, because the Department of Environment and Agriculture would have taken off with our dog. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. That was my stomach. No. Oh. Oh. Aww. Well, at least you have a place to hide away in color, Lori. Hopefully you get that space. Wow. I don't think it can stay on and color this one. We already got down. We learned how to color the lamb. Maybe I'll do alcohol markers with this one. Maybe I'll do that. I like some of these pictures for this week. I need to fix my sticky thing too. I don't know. I say alcohol markers, but now I'm ready to go into it with let's see, where are they? Here they are. See, I don't like using the alcohol markers because I gotta figure out. Oh, yeah, you gotta be kind to yourself. You gotta take care of you. And if other people don't understand that, they're not getting it, you have to make sure that you're still doing that. So kindly, decline. Kindly decline and then do what you need to do. Because, other people won't always be thinking about you. Unfortunately, I hate that. But Other people don't always think about you the way that you need to be thought of. And you just gotta, do it yourself. Yeah, a hard lesson for me to learn, still hard. But it's like, you know what? It got down to it. It's like, well, you gotta start loving yourself like God loves you. Take care of yourself. They'll get taken care of. The other people, you know. Oops, I forgot. Shoot, I need something underneath here. This is kind of an expensive something, but I'm gonna use it. Child, we're gonna be on. We gotta get off of here sometime today. Be on here all day. This is a nice brown. Yeah, really, like I was saying in Foxy's chat the other night, this is one thing that keeps me from using alcohol markers is it can't depend on what color it is. Whereas with a pencil, I can pick it up and use it, you know? And I don't want, I ain't got time to be sitting there thinking about it and testing and this and that and the other. It just aggravates me. Swatching doesn't work for me because, one, it's another thing they have on my desk. So if I swatch them all ahead of time, and then I got to get that thing out too, and then I got to search and see, well, what color is this? No. I don't want to do all that. I just don't. I'm not one of them people. It's like this is not, this is not a job. This is enjoyment. And to me that makes it too much like work. I don't know why I'm doing. See, I need to eat. That's what I need to do. I need to go make myself to eat something to eat and eat. But let me see what color is this because I really don't want to leave all these out. Where's my pen? I need my pen. Oh, yeah, that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of a misuse of you. I gotta say that, Lori. So you gotta make yeah, I'll pray about that because I know it can be hard to address those kind of things, but that sounds like that needs to be addressed. It's not really good for her either, in a lot of ways. It's not good for her. And so that's gotta, yeah. Can I use this chisel tip and not make a whole heap of mess? I'm gonna wind up eating a tuna fish sandwich. Just because I could do it. Just because I can put it together quick. I love this color. Might wind up doing this one as a short or something. Exclusively because I really... And that was 95, and I put it back, but I didn't do the color. What was it? Oh, I left it out. I like this brown. Yeah, we might give him some fur. Like, actually draw it in with pencil. On that side. Sorry for the... You doggy. I'm going to use the same brown up here. Do we use the same combo? That would make it easy. Yeah, let's just do this first. I don't know if I want to use the same. I think that's kind of yellow. 91, 94. What's 91 look like? I should put that closer so I can see the difference. Oh, that looks darker. 91, but it's 91, but it's darker. Why is that? Somebody tell me. Is there 96? Do we have a 96? Because we know, like, I don't know what there's a 97. 97 and a 21. I don't know about that one. 21. Oh, that's nice. Line through it. Oh my gosh, I've been in here 2 hours. Let's put on here 3. Tree. pencil. Too many pencils. Too many pencils. I know it's a wolf, but I'm writing dog. Dog. It's a dog. I'm getting ready to just like, the stuff on there and whatever it looks like, Because, ooh, okay, we might regret that, but oh well. We'll fix it. I just don't wanna. I wanna do this quickly, actually. I don't know what that is on that side. I don't know. Actually, I could do this and then do white pencil over it. Just like I did the lamb. Ooh, that's dark. Unreliable colors. But that's okay. Fix it later. Ooh. Me and the chisel tip are getting along. You only get better with them if you use them. So I don't think. Yeah. It's totally like, it's like, get into it and then it's like, oh, what time is it? Yeah. I do need to get off of here though, because I didn't plan on being here this long. I think I'm going to do the end of his mouth. I'm going to use like an acrylic marker and make it pink. That's what I think I'm going to do. So I'm just going to color over the whole thing right now. And we'll zhuzh it up later. That sounds like a plan. Husband he got back from a friend's house who's been sick. And I need to check in with him to see how that is. He's got to take him to a doctor tomorrow. And so I get an update on and get more info on what needs to be done and what they're gonna do, if they can do anything, and so there's all that. So while I'm at the oral surgeon and orthodontist, my husband's gonna be with our friend at different doctors. So it'll be a busy day. Maybe that's why I'm doing all this now. I don't know. I like this green. Okay, I'm gonna. It didn't look like that on the cap. Like I said, alcohol markers in the butt. But this is a nice green. I like it, and it doesn't look the same on there either. This is 47. Nice. Darker. Darker, actually. Note to self. Do you have any other green? I think we need to leave this one out because we're probably going to use it again. I'm going to do Posca or something on this to make those lighter. So we got sun. We've had experiments with yellow. Is it on this side or the other side? I thought it was on this one. Where's that? Child, I got things, unscrapped things everywhere. This will work. Because in some ways, if it turns out too dark on here, I can probably, there's certain pencils that I can probably lighten it up with. So, kind of not worrying about it too much. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. Just like Tim Gunn says. Make it work. Tim Gunn on Project Runway. For anybody who's wondering. Yeah, oh, better. Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, cool. Good to know. I'll be at the orthodontist then, but when I come back home, that's what I'm gonna watch. I'm looking forward to it. It's something I always found fascinating as a kid, like the train, the whole model train setups, and like how people had all the little trees and all those little things like that. I always thought that was so cool. I was always impressed by that. So are we doing blues? So looking forward to it. Oh, I like that one. We're doing this one. Do we want more than one blue? Oh, that's very pale. I wasn't expecting that. It's almost like these are the opposite of how they seem they should be. Oh, no, it is light. It looks green, too. You know what? I'm going to go with less is more here. I can always change it up with pencil. Alcohol markers are not my thing. But I'm learning. Or, well, I am learning even if I'm not intending to. So, just by using them. Ooh, that's gonna run out. It feels like it's getting ready to die already. going to definitely have to use some pencil to clean up my going over the lines. My husband goes to play hockey tonight. If he's going to go play, or if he's not going to play because he knows he's got to go tomorrow to take our friend around. Usually when he does that, I don't have to think about dinner for both of us because they go out to eat after. But if he doesn't go, I want to match that. I think this picture has some places that are like actually not symmetrical on purpose, because if it were symmetrical, the picture your eye probably wouldn't watch it as much, wouldn't look at it as much. Everything, it needs a certain amount of tension in order for people to be interested in looking at it. And when things are not symmetrical, we tend to look at it more because we're trying to make sense of it and make it match, so to speak. Yeah, see, I've been that way too, but I'm trying to do it just because, well, in part because I have them. I think that's why, just because I have them. I don't know if that's a good enough reason, but okay, I don't know which one of these I used on the inside. I don't remember. Can we tell from this? I don't know. What I do like about them is that they do, like you can work fast with them, but I don't like, you can't tell what the colors are. They're not really true to whatever. I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, I need dependability and an immediacy as far as knowing what colors are. But in this case, because I'm kind of in a way, I don't really care what they are. Whatever it is, I'm gonna go over with pencil and like fix what I don't like and make things more what I want it to be. So, and I may actually go kind of wild and crazy with this and really not care what color things are and just put whatever in there because I can. And make it more, go with the more, I don't know, crazy color thing. Be random. I wonder if this is dark enough to cover. Uh-oh. Did we mess up? It does look kind of pink. It's got lipstick. We can always lighten that up somewhere else with something else. But for now, that's where we're going. Yeah, plus I don't know. I don't feel like I enjoy doing things in stages with, not like this. Where I can't, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. If I know I have to go over, I don't know. That sounds kind of odd considering I do oil painting, but I don't know. Something about doing this as prep for then going in with pencil to start out with that thought kind of annoys me. Do I sound like I get annoyed easy? I really don't. Thanks, Anfield. Like I said, I didn't expect to be here this long, but it just seems to be working out that way. So I'm gonna roll with it, and then I'm gonna do extra when I get off of here. Extra what I gotta do in my house. I also kind of had a like probably need to take it easy today because of everything I have to do tomorrow. And it's been fighting with wanting to get a head start on things that I need to do for the week. But then again, like I said, I've had this ongoing thing with the concept of rest. Um, so maybe Lord's just saying, be still. And still your mind for today. Good enough. I don't know why I'm putting so much pink in here, but I guess it's just. It's in my hand. I think that's why. It's in my hand. And I think the more of this I put in there, the less I have to think of other colors to add to it or something. Like filling it in like a mandala. Because I actually may go over this color with orange. Just to see, orange pencil for what that color brings. It brings out together. Or I could do purple. Yeah, it's like coloring the page twice. And it's like, who wants to do that? I don't want to do that. That's work. Okay, I said it was going to be random. That is so dark. But let's see. Let's see what color it is. So if this turns out caca, you'll know exactly why it did. But I think, I'm thinking this color is like way too dark. But I think if I do the white thing, or the white Posca to separate the colors, that actually would look nice. With this darker color. I do kind of like experimenting to see what would happen if I do this and this. I do kind of like that idea, which is why I think I'm being so random right now. It's just like planning palettes. That's not me either. I don't like doing that. I feel like if I plan the palette, I shut out any other possibility that might have been better or more fun, and I don't want to. I don't want to do that. And yeah, sometimes you wind up with some things that are like, well, yeah, okay, it is, it's done. But sometimes you get nice surprises out of that you never would have come up with if you had tried to do something more disciplined. And there is some kind of discipline that does eventually come out of when you start that way. You see what's there, and then you're like, oh, with this, I can do this, and it'll become something like this. So I kind of like doing that. Set myself up for something that, it's like, oh, I didn't plan on doing this, but this would work. And then it would wind up looking maybe like this. Or it just seems like, oh, or it'll be fun because then I can do this and then we'll see what it turns out like. I don't know. I don't want to smear. And honestly, if I don't like any color in here, I can go over it with a metallic pen or acrylic marker, and gone. So I'm not too worried about it. I don't know what color green this is, but we're going to find out. And because I like mixing color, I like the idea of, I do like the idea of, if I put a certain color pencil on it, it'll totally change what color it is on here with the alcohol marker. But I wouldn't be doing that in every book. And alcohol markers are not my thing, so in a way, this is kind of to help me figure them out. But it's like one book that I really would like to use alcohol markers in, but can't because it has images on both sides of the page, are Kirby pages. Because you can do, I think a lot of his stuff needs that kind of do that under painting or whatever first, putting that base down so that you can kind of block out your colors and then color over it. That worked for me on some of his pages, but the problem is alcohol markers bleed um onto the page on the other side, so you can't do that. So that's another reason why I don't like alcohol markers, really, why I haven't so far. It's because the pages that I really want to use them on, feel it would be useful to use them on, I can't because they will bleed through. And I suppose I could do the watercolor ground thing. I haven't tried that yet, but also the watercolor ground is rough on the tips of these things. So you got to weigh that out. And that's like way too much thinking for me. For something that's supposed to be relaxing for me. I might stop after putting this green in because people will know where I started and then you can see where this winds up. I'll do a short of where this wound up. There's a good possibility I won't finish it today. There's also a good possibility I will, because if I take breaks in between doing other stuff, oops, it's green together. I was trying to avoid that. Shoot. I could also turn that pink red. I could do that too. I'm almost thinking of doing a lighter green, but I don't know if it's being too close to trying to be realistic or not. I don't know why, but I want this next to this one. I think that's why I wanted, another reason why I wanted to do a live where I wasn't talking yesterday is because I could just think about, I could just color and some be brain to page and that's it. And my brain wouldn't be going anywhere else. Um, and then I could just let have my mind and my color choice be, have that be uninterrupted. I wonder if I want another. What is this? Gold, purple. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to use it. I keep doing that. We got a purple thing. Oh, that's a nice color. I need to remember this one. No, what? Oh, I need that, don't I? I like this one. Is it 145? Maybe I can fill them all with this. This could be a try to color the ugliest page you can challenge. That's it. They say like if you start off with doing that, try to create the worst or whatever of something like that. That's a way to get rid of writer's block. And other kinds of creative block. And in doing that, sometimes you have a hard time trying to make something that's bad. You actually wind up making something that's pretty good. It's like, oh no, actually that's pretty good. So like, try and make it worse. Yeah, hey Dark Phantom, welcome. I'm bad at scanning and things and copying. I'm really bad at it. And so cuz I had tried actually with this book to do that and yeah, I was trying and this book and another book. It was futile. I don't know what it is with me, but I've never been able to do anything that remotely resembles taking a picture. And not on the flatbed scanner, it wasn't working, and on the and with my phone, either one, it wasn't working, and I just gave up. I don't know what it is with me in that, but yeah, we don't get along. So, but that's why I think I like the PDFs, getting the PDFs from Etsy and from Dover Publishing is because in any place that offers PDFs of illustrations, it's because yeah, I can get it on the paper I want, and I kind of wish Kirby would offer his books except that the problem with his books is the pages are such an odd um size that yeah, I even went and looked and tried to find a place to get them professionally. Take care, Lori, and I hope yeah, things with your mom. Make sure you look out for you. And if you have to say no and you have to accept this from Mike, not me, because I have to take care of my knee or whatever. If you have to do that, do that. You gotta love yourself. And if she loves you, she will take it. She might not take it kindly at first, but she will actually probably um she'll be blessed by that. Let's put it that way. And I'll pray about that because I know that situation. Probably not far from another one just like it. It just happens. Part of that I think is attached to my thing with rest. Having to prioritize um, me in certain situations where maybe I don't normally. Now those are pretty colors together, but that's not what I wanted for this page. Not what I wanted. Not I mean like not what I thought of, but like we'll see what happens with it because I'm probably I. It's a possibility that this will be totally transformed by what I do with pencils and whatever else, but I don't know. We'll see. And we use this as underpainting, and in some ways, I like that you can use these colors to be like the um shadow or outline or highlight or whatever of whatever I use the pencil for. So like I notice I do kind of like um what happens when I work that way. So yeah. See, I almost feel like these colors should be up there now, but that probably would be too much. I'm thinking. Where's that brown? Do I really want to make the mountains brown? I do like that one brown though. Are we gonna? Yeah, because I think like R.J. Hampson books. If I ever get another one, I am probably just gonna buy the PDFs. I get. Oh, that's right. Did I ever get his November sampler? I don't know if I got his one for November or if I saw it and it was like, no, I don't want that one. But I gotta check and see if he has one for December. They come to my email, but I'm not good at looking at my email. But I need to check and see if he's got one for this month. Yeah, I'm really going out there. I made it one red. I should use the chisel tip. But in using red, if I do make this brown, that would be a nice undercolor for it. So maybe in doing this, I'm going to get more of a sense of that, the undercolor for that these markers can serve me with. Orange is yellow, the yellows are orange in this set. So I don't know what this is going to give me, but and then I think I'm going to go make tuna fish. Because I think it's too late for grits. I'm afraid to look at what time it is. I've been on here almost 3 hours now. What time is it? Woo! Wow. 1:26. Ooh, that comes out prettier on the um oops. Went over a little bit. This comes out prettier on the chisel tip side. I like this color. Like it so much you can't stop using it. There is a possibility of me using more acrylic marker or more of the alcohol marker over these colors to see what they do. I don't know if I feel that brave. I like this one, 23. 23, a great orange. 23. I think I should mark this 10 too because it does not look pink like that at all, but it's a great color. Eh, I keep closing it back. 10. Yeah, it doesn't look anything like that top. Yeah, we're like, are we now officially? Yeah, now we're back to being 5 hours apart. Yeah, so I have relatives in the UK. So, and I've had friends friends that I used to play MMORPGs with that are in the UK. So, and we used to talk on Skype and stuff. That was fun back in the day. Should I use a different color from? No, I'm gonna keep these the same and try not to go too far off the. Wow, it's very close. That's okay. What's that noise? Hmm. Okay, well, like it or not, I got my under coloring in the base there, and um, we'll see what happens to this in the next stage of it. We don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll find out. So I'm gonna go and now I'm gonna eat a tuna. I'm gonna make tuna fish. Make a tuna fish sandwich because this. Yeah, we are past breakfast. Although I could make it anyway. I have done that, eating it like in the middle of the day. Grits and eggs doesn't have to be for just breakfast, but um, that is it for me. Nice to see you, Dark Phantom. Welcome again. And thank you for that tip because even though like I have issues with it, I'm still trying. I'm still trying to do that because I have to conquer the photocopy thing. I really do. Um, so I hope you all have a good rest of your day and have a good evening. And that's it for me. Bye bye.